Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to ASU versus GCU. This is ASU's first game of the spring semester. One late change to the starting 15. Alex Young comes in for Bronson Smith, and Rylan Sanchez starts at 9 in place of Danny Segoviano. We'll go through the rest of the starting 15 when time permits. As GCU have elected to kick off and go flat and right, Bennett Rone takes kickoff and makes it a few meters through contact. Bit of a scrap at the breakdown, and ASU penalized for going off feet. GCU kick just about the 22. Called for a shortened line out. Looks like 5 in the line out for GCU. Arthur Odor, Nick Booz, and Cam McDonald are elected to be dropped into the back line. Ball to the tail. Tackles made, and we have penalty for, yes, dangerous clear out on Cam McDonald. It really wasn't doing anything at the side of that ruck, but GC penalized. Austin Cox can't find touch. Ball batted infield. Grivaldi's makes his tackle and have another penalty for a dangerous clear by the look of things. As Austin gets a do-over on that kick for touch and kicks this one out about 10 meters line with an ASU throw.
On you. Get your boys back.
See ya. How are you? Dragging you out of bed on the side.
Thank you.
You go to this side.
Ball to the front is intercepted as GCU get a good maul going. Penalty for collapsing the maul. And GCU will kick to the corner. About 15 meters out, it'll be GCU. It'll be a GCU throw. And ASU do a better job of stopping this one. As the hooker's broken off and gone down the blind side and scored for a GCU try. Kick to come. It'll be a fairly tricky kick. Wind's blowing out of the far corners from the kick. and slides it across the face. It'll be 5-0 GCU.
Discipline, boys. 3 penalties in 3 minutes. Discipline. Go your way, go right. Start shifting, Lockie.
Right.
Start shifting, I can cover.
It's not like
Brooks gets us back underway with the
into the marketplace.
deeper kick down to the into the 22 as Hernandez makes his tackle, and the wing cuts back in play, and we have accidental obstruction, so the GCU or the ASU scrum.
Wind them up. What they're going to do? Come on. Come on, big scrum. Destroy.
Now's a good chance to go through the starting 15 or the starting pack. Nick Booz at loose head, TJ Hernandez at hooker, Arthur Odor at tight head, Ian Nitz and Alex Young in the second row, Charlie Kerr on the open side, Cam McDonald on the blind, and Carlos Nowakowski at 8. We've got our first reset of the day for too much chatting. First I've ever heard of that. And another reset.
Same again, Donnie. Will. Same again.
Go on, Arthur. Go on.
As we have our third go at this, and balls scrums down, balls out to the back. Brooks fumbles, and we're gonna have another one.
Now we go. Now it's a solid ball, Donnie. Solid ball.
This time will be GCU put in. That one, well, didn't go great for anyone. Since we've gone through the front row, the pack, or since we've gone through the pack, the back line is Aiden Brooks or Rylan Salas at scrum half, Aiden Brooks at fly half. 12 is Cooper Baines, 13 Bennett Rone. Left wing is Evgeny Garavaldis. Right wing's Nate Troxel. Fullback Austin Cox. Solid scrum, balls out as goes straight to the 12. Cooper dominates him in the loose ball on the floor. Brooks goes in for the jackal and slowed things down. McDonald is up. Troxel bites in off of his knee or off of his wing.
Go on, Coop. Go on, Coop.
Baines and Arthur get across and tackle him, and we have another penalty for this. Looks like for foul play. It looks like GCU's hooker's been called across. Something happened off the ball by the look of things. As ASU's tight head is down with what looks to be a head injury. We wait for the referee's assessment. So far, it looks like it's just a stern talking to for GCU's hooker. And yes, that's all it'll be.
Discipline, boys, discipline.
As we restart with a penalty, and Cox finds touch at still inside ASU's half, but at the 40 meters. ASU's line out this time gets further out. Rone makes some good ground offloads to Cox, gets it out to Garibaldi's on the wing. Just the two men to beat, runs straight into one, offloads to Cox, tackled inside GCU's half. Penalty coming. Salas gets it out to Nowakowski, who knocks on, but will come back for the not rolling penalty. Or no release, excuse me. And Cox will be kicking for touch again. And ASU will have to put into the line out inside GCU's 22. Throw into the line out, Kirk back, and not straight is the call from the referee. So we'll have a scrum, GCU scrum at 22, about 10 in. ASU leaving Cox and Garibaldi's back to cover the kick. Ball into the scrum. It's fairly even. Goes down the front row, but the ball's at the back. And GCU tried to run, but knock it on. And it looks like ASU have won the ball at the breakdown. Salas fires to the left. Cam carries in, spins out of one, drives through a second tackle. And Salas again, this time to Nitz, who looked like that tackle crept a little high. Brooks out to Garibaldi, who they've bumped in on two, and finishes in the corner. Yes, try to ASU, 5-5 with the kick to come. It was good work from the turnover to get it wide quickly. Probably a bit ambitious to try to run from inside the own 22, but ASU now with a kick for the lead. Again, a bit windy. bit windy out here today, so no kick is going to be particularly easy. Salas drops it short. Never really looked like it had the height to get there.
Did they make their first kick?
Go, Devils!
GCU to get the game underway. It's 5-5. Rone catches it over his shoulder and returns, and ball's recycled. Salas to Nowakowski carries into contact, and Salas again. This time, Brooks gets his hands on the ball a little wider to Cam McDonald as Young clears, and Brooks looked for inside ball, but was knocked on. We'll have a scrum about 20 meters in to ASU's 22, or 20 meters out from ASU's line, central. So GCU can go either direction. 2 men behind the scrum, 2 men out right, 2 men out either side. As ball went to the back, GCU out wide. McDonald or Cox can't stop him on the one-on-one, and GCU scored in the corner. That'll be 10-5. So tie did not last long.
Let's go, Hunter. Compete in the rucks, right?
As the kick is in off of the far upright.
Let's go, boys. Reset. Reset your structure. Start again. Run with depth. It's so weird. Actually, compete in those rucks. Don't pull out.
There was a player in it, so I couldn't.
As Brooks looks to be getting the game restarted. Kick high and to the left. Allowed to bounce as Young and Kerr overrun it. Boo's in with the steals. Ball kicks to Nowakowski, who knocks it on in contact. And we got another bit of a mess. We'll have scrum GCU. Original knock on was ASU. One replacement who's been on the field for a little bit. Theo came on for Arthur, who appears to have vanished. So about 40 meters further up the pitch, inside, about halfway inside ASU's territory. As the scrum goes down, and the ball was at the back, but we're going to get a reset. And penalty ASU. GCU's loose head looks to have collapsed it on the near side. As Cox kicks to touch, and it limps there about 8 meters into GCU's territory. As line out stolen, and GCU look to maul again. This time, penalty at the maul. I'm not sure what that signals. Not too sure what the penalty was for. I would presume obstruction. Anyway, Cox kicks to 23 meters out from GCU's line, and ASU will have the throw into the line out. As looks like we have a change of thrower, Theo, and tipped back by GCU. Charlie Kerr got through their line out fairly quickly, but knocked it on the other side, and we'll have another scrum. Must be getting close to double digits at this point, especially if you're considering resets. GCU will have the put into this scrum. Have a fairly stable scrum. Doesn't really look like it's going anywhere. As GCU play out to the 12, and Baines makes a good first up tackle. Kerr and Brooks make an effort at the breakdown, and Booze the low tackle there. ASU up quickly, and ball looks to go. Oh no, chipped through, and chipped through a second time. Troxel chasing and thrown away on the regather. Rone up with Troxel, eventually scrag the man, and Rone goes off feet. We'll have a penalty coming. TJ hauls the man down. Eventually, ball goes wide, kicked ahead, and we'll come back for the the off feet penalty. Referee seems to be having a chat, and not too sure about what. Probably just calming things down. There's been one or two things off the ball and quite a lot of chatter going on, but hardly to a level that requires stopping the game after 26 minutes. There's been far worse in these matchups. As we restart with a penalty, and it's probably about 10 meters further forward from where it was, but we move on, and it'll be GCU line out. Looks like 10 meters. Yeah, about 10 meters from ASU's line. And throwing the line out, immediately sacked by Kerr. And Alex Young with a good shot. And unfortunately, he can't get out of the ruck. GCU go quick. No, not going to be allowed to. Are not going to be allowed to go quickly. And GCU kick to the corner. They originally tried to go quickly, but we'll have another line out and what I suspect would be another maul. Throwing the line out uncontested. Kerr again with the sack. And it looks like the break was repelled. Second drive repelled again. And still repelled as time it goes out to the backs. Cox across, chops him down. Rone in over the ball and looks to have stolen it. And TJ picks goes. Somehow the ball was secured. Nowakowski makes his carry, cleared out. Salas away, and Brooks clears and finds grass just at the 40-meter line. Cox is on the chase and gets a leg, but not held, gets back up. And ball out to the hooker on the wing. And the center inside center stays in just about. And Carlos had come across in cover but couldn't get him into touch. And that'll be 17-5 in favor of GCU.
A lot of good things happen down there now.
Fairly regulation kick from slightly to the left of the uprights. Yep, split down the middle. That'll be 19. Yes, 19-5.
that Sun Devil stuff on.
How's I don't know. Nick said there's a couple of guys he played with all this summer, so there's a couple of guys.
As Brooks gets this back underway, deep kick forces GCU into the 22, and they'll return. As Nowakowski comes across to tackle, Troxel brights in. Brooks makes his tackle on the sideline, and forward pass on a tip line, overrun by his outside man, and we'll have another scrum with 30-ish minutes gone. Some stoppages included in there, so just about halfway through the first half.
Kenny, you know where he is?
Scrum went backwards, ball still won. Brooks early ball to Cox, who makes it around one tackle. Ball secured by a combination of Baines and Baines and Kerr, but it's knocked on by Nowakowski on the first carry around the corner.
Come on, Coop.
Baines across, and looks like he offloaded it to himself, frankly, on the far side. But we have a penalty for not rolling and a yellow card to Evgeny Garavaldis for can't really tell what it's about, but yeah, that's not making a whole lot of sense. That's not making a whole lot of sense. That's what, 4 penalties? Hardly enough to be that quick on a yellow. At any rate, it'll be a GCU scrum or GCU line out. Line out, and there's the maul, and it's sacked by Kerr. First drive repelled. As another drive close in. I think Brooks stops this one, and McDonald jumps off sides.
How did the girls get out?
And GCU tap and go. Man up in the backs. Brooks with a tackle thrown out the side of the ruck and knocked on somewhere in the middle of that. So it'll be ASU put in on the scrum. Salas to put into the scrum. And, well, no, not yet. We have a reset. This time feeds in the scrum. It goes backwards from ASU, pops out the side. Salas gets it away to Cox, who manages to drag 2 tacklers with him. And I can't find the ball. Somehow turned over in there. As the GCU's tight end looks to have reached out and scored. That will make it 24-5. 5 minutes till halftime. As extras added, that would make it 26. Yes, 26. 26-5. Last 10 have not closed this half particularly well. Series of mistakes and poor decisions led to that try, really.
So did you ride a bull last night? If so, what was her name? Sorry.
As Brooks gets it underway again, line drive kick. And kick returned by GCU. Not enough angle for 50-22. So unless the winger on the far side touched it before it went in, it'll be ASU throw in. Ball to the middle, and Kerr can't quite control it. And GCU with the turnover straight through the middle of the defense goes their second row and touches down after, despite Robert Huerta's attempt at stopping that. Again, closing halves has been an issue so far this season, and this is another case of it. As those are the extras, that'll be 33-5. 21 points conceded in the last 10 minutes of the half again. And Brooks goes high and left and Kerr and McDonald stop the return, and Kerr rips through the side of that ruck and knocked on at the ruck by by ASU. That'll be a scrum to GCU. With time ticking down in the half. And ball out to the back line. Troxel comes up and misses. Again, Baines cuts back in field. Brooks, makes his tackle, but nobody there to cover. Cox comes across, chops his man down. As that's probably 2 rolls too far. And they score under the post. That's 38. Yes, 38-5. Extras added makes that 40-5 in the first half. And yes, that'll be the end of the half. ASU were in the game until 15 minutes before halftime. They've conceded 28 unanswered. Should they go on to lose this game, which it kind of looks like they will, that's the period of the game that it was won and lost. Welcome back as the second half. Starts with the referee having another conversation with both captains. ASU started off the half reasonably well and had the score to 12-5, but conceded 28 points in the final 10 minutes. So the score as we come back from halftime is 40-5 in favor of GCU. As ASU will kick off the second half. Aiden Brooks to kick off and go left and short. Cox misses his catch. Kerr scrags his man around the ankle as Winger falls in and kicker taken out, and bit of a battle at the breakdown. Salas gets the ball clear. Brooks lays it back, but we have a penalty over here for tackle off the ball. And GC's crowd a bit unhappy with how the chaser was wiped out as Cox kicks the touch. Okay. And we have a line out at 40 meters. And I see this hooker having to go and find the ball. Full Kerr gets it back, and what is it? Plenty of barking from GCU's crowd. Looks like we have an Australian contingent barking at each other for the last couple of minutes. Ball off the top of the line out, goes wide, and Cox and Brooks with the tackle there. Cross kick, Wipers kick across, grounded in goal by Gravaldis, and I'll have a goal line dropout. Brooks will restart it. From underneath the post. Or, excuse me, just to the right of the post as we look at it. Gets it solid 30 meters to GCU's scrum half, and here comes the return. Brooks, Salas, and Marquez get it down. Troxel makes his one-on-one tackle, gets out of the ruck, and Baines fired himself into the ruck, successfully slowed it down. GCU recycle. Cam McDonald makes his stop and, look to catch some sort of blow to the face over there, and offloaded, and that's carrier's driven back. Baines works his way out of the ruck, gets back on side. Booz chops his man down, and another drive repelled. Kerr down low with the tackle and manages to disrupt the scrum half, and it's knocked on in the 3/4 line. And ASU will have a scrum. Salas puts into the scrum and instantly goes backwards. GCU with the turnover. Cam makes his mark. Baines misses, and GCU's 10 scrambles in over the line. That'll be 45. Flags stay down, so that'll be 40. 40. Yes, 45. It'll stay 45 to 5.
Keep doing it, Rob.
As Brooks gets us back underway, Cox with the take on the kickoff, slaloming inside into GCU's 22. That's looked to be in its side. ASU clear out, and yes, penalty to ASU. Penalty to ASU in at the side as they look to set up and go quickly. Nick Boo's in a little bit isolated. Nitz and Marquez are there to clear out. Brooks out wide. Garibaldi's gets the ball again, and Kerr is there to clear out. And no movement generated on that counter rock attempt. Carlos carries in. Quite the battle at the breakdown. Brooks carries into contact. Men shooting up on the outside, but knocks it on. Cleared in behind Troxel, but bounces beyond him, and it'll be ASU line out inside GCU's half. It's been a feature of Austin Cox's game. Kick chase and getting the kickoffs. Scored 2 tries from it this season in 15s. Maybe 1 or 2 more out at West Coast 7s. Has a nose for getting kicks. Another line out was a bit of a mess, and it'll be GCU ball after a knock on. As we have a short arm penalty. We have a short arm penalty, and GCU looked to have opted to kick. Yeah, kick, find grass, and Troxel can't track it down and let it bounce. Knocks it forward, and GCU are set up inside ASU's 22, just like that. as we have a penalty at the breakdown. And
Hey, what's up, kid? How you doing? Yeah, let's they've been doing some good things.
GCU kick to the corner and line out, thrown back a bit scruffily all across the face of this flanker to the 12.
Only so much you can
Kerr up quickly and thrown in front of the far side's winger, and it'll be ASU scrum from the forward pass. Scrum went backwards, and Salas rescues the ball. Cox pops it up. Troxel able to at least delay the kick return. Now Uccelli run over real quick, and Kerr with a tackle, and forward pass is the call. So we'll get another scrum. Or no, excuse. Looks like it'll be a scrum to GCU, and we have another prop off for ASU as Theo leaves the field. Brings Nick Booz back in, and who'd just come off. And was replaced by Louis Uccelli. As ball's out to the left, and in the far corner, two men. I had the numbers, but two men went for the same guy and didn't communicate, and that'll be 49. So kick to come to put it into the 50s. Wind seems to have died down a bit, so this kick should be easier. And that kick short. It'll be 49, or that's 49-5 GCU. Brooks gets it back underway,
Go on.
and this one is a bit deeper as kick is returned back. Salas to to McDonald, recycled again. Nowakowski with another carry. Booz offloads Brooks to Ocelli, who driven back, and we have penalty for not rolling against GCU. And Cox kicks to the corner and makes it with plenty to spare. And this will give ASU a line out about 5 meters from GCU's line. As ball's stolen at the front. Nitz Nucelli with the tackle. Nowakowski able to add one for his tallies. GCU clear. Line drive kick. Rob Huerta takes it in. Oh, and is hit high on his fall. Gravaldis gets rid of one, can't beat two. Baines over to secure as Cox picks and goes, and we'll come back for the penalty. And the referee, looks like he's going to his pocket. Floors, we're going to have another talking to. No, it'll be a yellow card to GCU for a high tackle. As Cox kicks to touch, and well, the referee didn't blow his whistle, but the ball had made it into touch. Huerta ran it in anyway, just to make sure. As you finally win a line out at the front, and Cox takes a decent carry. Nitz in, and Cam Nowakowski clear it out to Brooks. Gets the ball away to Troxel, who makes a few meters. Baines clears. Salas went to the blind side, and where it's knocked on by GCU. So we'll have... Oh, no, knocked into touch, so we'll have another line out. Kerr at the middle. Salas away to Brooks, who tried to get it back on the inside to Cox, who knocked it on scrum GCU. And Cox is replaced by Brian Hernandez. Hernandez comes in to play inside center. Coop Baines moves to outside center. Huerta still in the left wing. Troxel still in the right, and Garibaldi is at fullback.
Go, Nick.
More stable scrum at GCU. Offload to nobody. Brian scoops on it. Salas shovels it away to Cam, who's chopped down. Ball comes out to Salas, carries in, and is cleared out by Brian. And Baines. Nowakowski with another carry on the day. As ball goes a bit wider to Nitz this time. Gets through the first tackle. Can't get through the second. Brooks again, this time to Baines, is driven back. And Boo's in, spins out of the first tackle, cleared out by his mates. Nitz straight ahead again. Brooks this time wider to Kerr. Gets through the contact and hands on the floor. Penalty. As Salas kicks to touch, it'll be just inside ASU Lino, just inside GCU's 22. Line out one at the front, Carlos Nowakowski. As Baines passes to nobody, it goes through the wickets for Troxel. Garibaldi's chasing back. Troxel trying to get back into the play. And Brooks puts a stop to things as Cam digs around at the breakdown. And pick and go. They're able to outpace Brooks, and that is into the 50s for GCU. It will be 54.
Really?
And that'll be 56-5. Okay, and we're back. Excuse the technical issues. The Wi-Fi here at the Dorsey Fields decided to cut out, but we're back now, and
Go, Raymond.
we're restarting with scrum to GC or to ASU. Excuse me. GCU knocked on.
Go on, Booze.
And scrum got caught in the second row. GCU turned it over and kicking behind as Segoviano gets it, and we have a penalty for offside. It's coming all the way back. And well, and Salas has to waddle after the ball. And back line, or the back three, thought it was a line out, and were unaware that a penalty had been called as Salas kicks to the corner and doesn't find touch. Another one in behind. Gavaldis chases this one as it trickles in goal and puts it down. And we have another penalty for offside. And we're having our fourth conversation of the day, and it's probably about the same thing, and he hasn't stopped anything that was happening at all. Well, it's third time he's had the captains call everyone in, and apparently whatever is happening hasn't stopped. So I struggle to see the point of these at this point. Just and Brooks kicks for touch, finds it, hits somebody over on the sideline. TJ Marquez throws in the line out again. Goes to the front with Crow, who manages to control it. Brooks gets it out wider. Sets a bit of a hospital ball for Cooper Baines. Ball's secure. Salas away to Crow. Nowakowski and Booze clear out. And Marquez in again. Stuttered his way into contact. And ball looks to be been intercepted. And ASU penalized for not rolling. We have a penalty for offside, probably. And we have a scrum to GC. GCU have opted for a scrum. Yes, they have. Solid scrum, no, nothing really going on there. We got a man falling off a tackle at the 3/4 line. Grivaldi's with the hit. Kerr tries to get to the scrum half. As GCU go wider, Chelly's not quick enough to get across. Booz can't catch him and runs around Huerta and hands off Huerta, runs around Baines, and that is, I believe, into the low 60s now for GCU, who drop kicked the conversion. Ruben is on for someone.
Go, boys.
And Brooks with another good kick. Garibaldi's let the ball bounce on the return, and we have another try. This will be I've lost track, but I think we're at roughly 68. And that kick is stuck in a tree, and we need a new ball. Brooks kicks left, this time a little bit lower and a bit longer. Only a slight confusion, and shank clearance kick. Shank clearance kick means it'll be ASU line out inside, just inside GCU's 10 meters line. Rumor seems to be doing rounds. There's 5 minutes left in this game. If you've got nothing else to do, stick around for the B side. GCU and ASU's B sides will play each other a couple minutes after this game. They're busy warming up behind me. As the line out, stolen again, offloaded out the back, and Segoviano makes his tackle, tracking 3 men across that side of the field. Rubens up the field, ball fumbled a bit at the back of that rock. TJ with another tackle, and looks to have been deemed high. Ball back in field, and Ryman stops with the stop, and it's eventually picked off by Uccelli, who gets down Salas away to Brooks, who clears and finds grass in between the backfield cover. Ball's up. And Brian makes his tackle. Segoviano goes across and, well, can't stop three dudes. Be another GCU try and into the low 70s now for sure.
Bro, yeah. When my senior when you were freshman, you always go to after practice on Thursday. AMS, bro. Countless. Really? Oh my god, bro, Thursdays there are just unbeatable. I have some good ass pictures of you and Cameron. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I used to go there. Oh, is that Thursday special? That makes sense. Is it busy now? Is there other people besides you guys, or just you guys? They'll catch on though.
Salas to kick off this time and kick
Bro, when you're talking the goldfish race, it's so fun.
about 15 meters, and it'll sit up nicely for Ruben on the chase. Nowakowski with yet another carry. Salas wide to Brooks, who gets round one, pops to Booze. Harmon clears out. Salas again to Brooks this time and knocked on at midfield. And it'll be scrum down. ASU put in.
I bet.
Ball's tangled in the second row. Eventually makes it, and we have a reset after all of that.
Practice? They play rugby? No way. You remember? Can you be back? He's on the team.
And short arm penalty, pre-engage.
That away, boys!
And that's been a bit of a waste of 3 minutes. Brooks bounces it, keeps it in field, and picked up. And that's game. It'll be, we'll call it 72-5 GCU. ASU played well for the first quarter of the game, but we're not physical enough and not smart enough for the next 3 quarters of the game. And there is much work to be done before they play Claremont next week. If you have nothing else to do, stick around for, another ASU GCU game, but this time the B-sides. I'll take a quick break and be back to commentate that game as well. Hello and welcome back. ASU and GCU B-side. Back for the B-side games. We'll go through this.
Hey, we got another one at 6.
We'll go through the starting lineups when it presents itself. As it is, Jared McEwen gets game underway with Eddie making his first tackle. Segoviano is and Harmon Crow are in with the stop there. Crow's out of the way, and GCU recycle. Garrett and Rob Gakula with a low hit. Ball off and pop forward. We have scrum ASU with Jared McEwen to put in. Now is a good time as any to go through the front or through the pack. Ruben on the loose head side, Robert Grakula at hooker, Lou Uccelli tight head. Blindside flanker is Harmon Crow, open side, Alex Ryman. Garrett Combs and Tyler Tanton in the second row, and Eddie Barnhill rounds out the 8. Scrum caught in the second row, and it's short arm penalty to GCU as GCU go quickly. Ryman with the tackle. Up comes Combs, and Lieberson misses it, eventually hauled down by a combination of players. As picked up, driven backwards in the tackle as their winger stepping back in field. Barnhill and Combs combined to get the man low. And we have a penalty for hitting somebody too hard by the look of things. Referee signals high tackle, but neither of those hits looked particularly high from here and on the video. GCU kick to 5-meter line. As ball's overthrown, Uccelli with the easiest steal of his life. Combs seals off. McEwen away to Mike Kim, finds grass just about in front of the halfway line and chases after his own kick. Segoviano blocked off on the retreat. Hernandez with the steal, and we have offsides. Wow. They're calling, looks like Danny Segoviano for not retreating on the kick. I think that was misapplied, to be honest. Anyway, GCU kick to the corner, and we'll have a line out 15-ish meters from ASU's line. Movement in the line out, ball out to the back line. Ryman gets his hands in the on the passer and knock on ASU scrum. McEwen puts the scrum. GCU pile through, and it's turned over and offloaded off the ground. And well, one penalty later, GCU are in. Five nils. The kick goes wide. McEwen kicks again, this time allowed to bounce. It'll get to GCU's 22 and return quite well. McEwen chases his man down from behind. Lieberson stuck with the turnover. Oh, wow. And they've called Dapo Akeem for a no arms tackle. As GCU kick again, and you line out inside. ASU's 22, or no, ASU's 10 meters, or actually on it. And in and, well, not straight, so it'll be a scrum, or no, line out ASU.
All right, guys, right here in the 50. 10, back up. That's good.
And another line out that goes awry. Combs falls off the tackle. Hernandez gets his hit in, and Ryman in, and we have another penalty for a high tackle. I would make it the third tackle infringement for ASU inside, about 10 minutes. And GCU line out deep into ASU's 22. Throw and down, and looks like a GCU try, and that makes it 10-0. And here comes the kick after. Kick is short and probably wide right. McEwen gets it back out of the way again, left, sort of central, and dropped cold off of the restart. Dropped cold off the restart, and it'll be ASU scrum just outside GCU's 22.
Lock in, Jesse.
And we have a reset on that scrum. Looks like for an early shove, and we'll do it again. Ball's in and caught in the second row. McEwen goes left. Hernandez into contact, gets through a few. Dapo clears out. Ball's still back. McEwen gets it away to Rubin. And the ball secured again. Combs into contact. And penalty ASU. Round the side and played the 9. It'll be ASU penalty inside GCU's territory. And tap and go for ASU. Rubin carries into contact. And secured man is offside. Combs into contact. McEwen again and gets it out to Mike Kim, to Danny, to Brian Hernandez, and gets coat hangered, and off he goes. Yellow card to one of GCU's backs. McEwen goes to the right. Barnhill carries in off the tap and go. Segoviano through a couple. Lieberson into contact. Holds on to it. McEwen finds it again into Kim. Gets it on to Uccelli. Cleared out. Kim again, and I can't see who carried that one. McEwen and Rubin, and eventually cleared out. And off feet against GCU. And Looks like we have a man down with cramp and another man coming off for blood.
Hey, let's go, Josh. Hoorah. Go, Josh.
And Kim goes to the right with Garrett Combs. Manages to get through an arm tackle, pulled a little further beyond, cleared out, and holding on against ASU. GCU penalty, and they'll look to clear from here. And gets it to just to the 22. And Tanton almost has that one. And ball bounces. Akeem goes after it, and penalty will have obstruction against GCU. And I believe that's Ryman into contact on the far side. Ball's recycled. McEwen to Garrett Combs through another arm tackle. Short of the line, just. Ball's juggled around, and we have a penalty, and then, yes, off feet. Or hands in the ruck. McEwen looks to go and tap it again. Ball's gone backwards. And Lieberson melts his man in contact. We have a man down injured. And knock on in favor of ASU. As we have another man down hurt. Just with the timing of this injury, I would question the severity. And yeah, sure enough, seems to be just fine. As GCU's medical team trundles off the field. It's scrum ASU. Ball rescued at the back of the scrum. Barnhill pushing forward closer to the line. Is driven, is down eventually. And, well, what's going on here? referee goes over to have a conversation with his touch judge. And that's the referee's decision here. And tried ASU, yes. Eddie Barnhill with the try and Jared McEwen to add the extras. But this would be 10-5, right? Or no, 7-5. Okay. Or do they only have one? Or,
It's 5-all.
5-all. Okay. Yes, tried Eddie Barnhill. This makes it 5-all. McEwen kicks and slides it wide right, so it'll remain that way as Malloy retrieves the tee. GCU to kick off. GCU get us back underway. Ball seems to be coming down into the hands of Brian Hernandez. Cleared out. Jared McEwen in position at the back of the scrum, and Mike Kim too busy organizing things. Garrett Combs gets possession, but forward pass, and that's not how you want to restart after points. It'll be GCU scrum 15 meters out from ASU's line. And we're having some kind of issue at the scrum. Scrum has gone down, and it'll be an ASU penalty. Look to be on the loose head side. Ruben and, well, both the loose head and the hooker had gone into the second row. Josh McKean kicks, and it was only a free kick, so couldn't go directly into touch. Ball slides a bit wider, slides it in behind. Lieberson picks off his shoelaces as they go to the blind side. Dapo threw a couple tackles and looks to have made 5 meters. And a bit of a mix-up in the pod there, and it's, well, yeah, a penalty for a high tackle, and, well, he hasn't gotten up quickly. I can't tell if that's the injury, but certainly no. And seems to be up now. The referee checks to make sure these isn't concussed. Start for the high tackle penalty. Josh McKean kicks and limps it into touch. ASU line out around the halfway line. Rob in and stolen by GCU. Ryman puts on the pressure. Hernandez misses his lunge at a tackle and offload again and lost forward in the contact, dove on by, I think that's Louis. Yes, dove on by Louis, but knock on happened before. Scrum to ASU. Ball into the scrum and all the way around. And we have another referee stoppage. I guess the referee's asking for a point of clarification. And yes, we have, same result. Penalty GCU. And finds a good touch 5 meters out from the ASU line. And Maul GCU, that ASU penalized for collapsing the Maul. That looked to me that GCU brought it down by themselves. And they've dove over. That makes it 5-10 right now. think we may have the wrong score, 15-5, but it'll stay 15 because that was an absolutely shocking attempt at a conversion. Drop kick or no. McKean kicks it and bounces as GCU look to go wide. Dapo helps stop his man, and eventually comes back to finish him off. And cross kick, and Chasers were offside, but we come back for an offside penalty against Ryman at the breakdown. And GCU fumbled the line out. Tyler Tenton dives on it. Ruben into contact and recycled again. McEwen to Kim to Hernandez. Not held in the tackle. Dives off feet, and we have another. And we have another injury. Or is it just cramp? And yeah, it's another cramp. It'll be restart with a penalty to ASU. Game restarted a bit too quickly. The medical staff still getting the injured player off the pitch. Again, a bit slow for my liking. McKean gets the ball away to Combs through the first contact and away to Hernandez. Troxel regathers and eventually, no penalty awarded. Down it goes, and McKean gets his tackle eventually, still offloading around. All a bit of a mess. Segoviano wraps up too high. Ball out wide, and it's eventually stopped in the wide channel. As ASU set for another carry, Uccelli and Combs get the man down. And penalty for not rolling. And GCU kick to the corner, 5 meters out from ASU's line. They've scored the last 3 trips down here. The GCU line out. Throw over and not straight is the call. Line ASU elect to the line out, having been under pressure in the scrums. Kakula throws in, overthrows Crow. Ball knocked back, and they're unable to hold him up. That'll be 20-5.
Like 4 minutes plus injury time.
Yeah. And stays wide. So that will be still 20-5. Five minutes to go in this first half. ASU kicking off. McKean again. And that one was not allowed to bounce as GCU swing it wide left. Bo falls off his tackle, comes back, meets his man. Lieberson and him combined for the tackle. ASU get back on side and look to front up again. Barnhill and Shelley with the tackle. Low ball. GCU swing wide. Hernandez gets up and makes his tackle. And to the blind side. And solid charge. And we have Harmon Crow yellow carded for an attempted interception. That's a poor decision, quite frankly. That ball was there to be intercepted, and well, if it went down, that's not his problem, really. And kick to touch. Another GCU line out. Shorten line out again. GCU throw in. Ryman collects the ball at the back of it. Combs is in and penalty to ASU. McKean is into touch. And it'll be well, referees are having a discussion on what the decision is, but it should be a line out. It'll be line out ASU. And ball thrown with a bit too much heat and too low for Tanton off of his chest. GCU looked to go a little bit wider. Nudged ahead. Malloy back to cover. Falls over, but it gets away from the first contact. Man's not rolling. And ASU have successfully gotten the ball back. Kim kicks ahead. Kim kicks ahead and chases after his own kick. And kicks return, knocked forward, and another penalty for offside. I'm not entirely sure how that's offside. The kicker's leading the chase completely. Ball out wide, it's spilled. Hernandez dives at it, can't stop it, and tackles his man eventually. Knock on, and it'll be GCU put in as we have an injured GCU player down. He's fine.
That's why they don't go to the gym, because they get dogged on and they just sing.
GCU ball to the back, and penalty to ASU. Their own end, and fines, but not far enough. Man, as the ball's returned, and try in the corner. Puzzling decision making from that penalty. And that leads in a try that makes it 25-5.
Yes, sir. Next year, number 18. Out what?
And dropped short. And that's the end of the first half, 25-5 GCU. We'll be back in a moment, just switching batteries real quickly. Welcome back to the second half of ASU versus GCU, the B-side matchup. It is 25-5 in favor of GCU. We do have some changes to report. David Honeycutt has come in to play in the front row. And yes, that is the only change to report. Sorry, just switching batteries real quick. GCU to kick to get the second half underway. And we're off. A good kick, just about 10. Tyler Tanton gets it, and in front of the kicker is the call. How often do you see that one? As Andrew Malloy the ball at halfway and gets the ball away to the right for Garrett Combs to carry in. Honeycutt and Tanton clear out as Kim gets the ball. Uccelli through the first man, and penalty to ASU, not rolling. Or not rolling, excuse me. It's not releasing. There we go. And Malloy kicks for touch. Finds touch at about GCU's 22. And we need another ball, because that thing went a mile. And ball back from Tanton. Kim gets it. Ball going kind of across field, not really straightened yet. Segoviano carries into contact. Malloy away to Combs for another carry. Coy McLeod clears through that ruck. And Malloy picks and goes, makes a solid 10 meters or so. And turnover, ball was out as GCU move it wide. And Uccelli dives on it. Ball's still on the floor, and we have a penalty. Not sure what the penalty is for. We have another man down. This is all getting a little bit ridiculous. And sure enough, he's fine. And we restart with the GCU penalty. We'll get to more changes when we get to the next scrum. And as unclean line out. ASU eventually stop that carry and balls up. Lieberson with it. gets away, burns the angle away, and eats knees by the look of it on the fall. As ball gets away to Uccelli, spins out of one tackle, keeps going, and lost on the floor. Malloy poaches, and there's the penalty for holding on, and we've got another injured GCU player down. As GCU hauled the carcass of their second row off, we're waiting for the restart. And Malloy aims touch, can't get it. Ball drifts forward, Malloy dives on it, and we're going to have a scrum. Kaplan moves onto the open side, and Coy McLeod is in at hooker. As aforementioned, David Honeycutt is on it. Is that loose head? Yes, loose head. Uccelli moves across to tight head. And pre-engage, or is this an early drive? And taken quickly. Huerta with the tackle. Up he goes again. Pick and go arrives. Uccelli over, or is that Crow over the top to get him? And that makes it 30-5. As more changes, Alex Ryman's replaced by Aaron Hazarka, and Harmon Crow comes on for Tyler Tanton by the look of things. Again, another fairly dubious decision. I'm not too sure what the decision at the scrum was. Looked like a fairly clean setup. And we still don't have a made conversion in this entire game. 6 tries and no conversions. And Malloy will kick off to restart this game. And Noah Buckman, is on the wing, and Huerta will move into midfield. not most height on that kickoff. Ball fired out wide and knocked on by GCU. It'll be an ASU scrum. Winger with a Locks jersey on is something I never thought I'd see, but here we are. And Noah Buckman has a Locks jersey on and is playing on the wing. That's got to be some kind of crime against rugby. Malloy feeds the scrum, steadier than before, and gets it out to Kim. Chips over the top. That'll find ground and prevent a mark. And taken in from his own 22, or taken in from the field of play, it'll be a 5 meter scrum. It'll be a 5 meter scrum to ASU. And well, that's been gotten all wrong. It was given as a 22 dropout and restarted quickly. And Huerta knocked it out on the ground. That's poor work from the official. It was carried back. His own touch judge was screaming it was carried back, but apparently he's decided that, well, has decided that he knows best. ASU apply some pressure at the scrum. GCU look to run it out. Huerta makes his tackle. Malloy comes over the top, wrestles the man to the ground, counter rucks through, and all a bit messy out there. And now it goes wide for GCU, comes back in field. Kaplan chops him down at the knees. And we have a penalty for off feet against, I can't quite tell over there. And GCU line out inside ASU's half. And the line out isn't particularly clean. And GCU run through. No. Kaplan slows him down. Combs and Hazarka get over the top and get their man. Huerta and Malloy infield make their tackle. Malloy cleared out. And big charge from the tight head. McLeod looks to contest. Ball out wide. Man over, and at 35. No, Ford pass. It'll be scrum ASU deep inside their own half. And we're going to have another reset. And ball squirts out the back. Malloy's unable to dive on it. Now it's 35-5. And we'll see if we finally get a conversion. And across the face, still no try, or still no converted try. And Mike Kim will be kicking this one after the referee gets done chatting about whatever he wants to chat about. And that one's fired across the ground. And Kaplan dives on it after the ball's kicked forward by GCU's fly half. Cleared out, and Kim away to Kaplan, who picks a nice line and gets through the defense. Kim again over the top this time. Nope, finds the grass again and touchdown. Touches down for a goal line dropout. And GCU up to go long. Lieberson with the catch and return. And gets through, well, rides the contact nicely, not exactly through, but the ball's stolen to breakdown, and second time of asking, bring the man to the ground. Harmon Crow climbs through and smashes the 9. And we have another penalty. Kind of a race against time between the end of this game and when my battery runs out. I've got 11% left. Hakeem knocks it forward. And that will be scrum to GCU. Yep, just got the low power from a MacBook. Got 10% left, and I don't know how much time left in this half. 17 minutes. Hopefully that's 10%. And steady scrum. And ball out to the back line again. GCU, and he's bundled into touch between Lieberson and Huerta. defended well by the two of them. Coy McLeod to throw into the resulting lineout, and not a good lift. As we pack in for another scrum, this time GCU put in. In it goes, and again, steady. And Huerta almost had his man. Hakeem up, gets to his man cover defense, comes across, brings the man to ground, and GCU reset, balls out, and it's straight in between two men. And that's two missed tackles, and that'll be 40 to 5. That is poor defense, and it looks like we have another replacement. That looks like it's Jesse Lawrence. Now we have a kick from directly in front. This should be, we should finally see a conversion. And it's off the post. It's still 45. We've had 10 tries, no conversions. This is getting impressive. And I have 8% left on my on my computer. We are in serious danger of running out of battery before this game's over. Plug it into. I have my charger, but nearest outlet's about I don't know, 50 to 75 yards away at the base of one of the light posts. Dapo is back on, and Kim gets it about 10. GCU dive on it and shift it to the right. And I can't quite tell what's happening. And Malloy turns himself into a speed bump and gets out of the road and knocked forward, but scooped up by Jesse Lawrence. Ruck's a bit of a mess, and we have a penalty of some description in favor of ASU. It's scrum to ASU. Malloy is ready to put the ball in. And we have a reset. Please don't turn time off. Down to 7% of battery now. And ball's in and hooked and collected at the back by Malloy. Barnhill gets it to Hizarka, who carries in. Malloy to Kim, puts it over the top. This time finds hands. everybody's onside this now. And again, chipped over the top. Lieberson has 2 men on him back. Does well. Does well to get there. Dapo clears. Lawrence takes a quick pick and go. And Lieberson kicks it just over the top. And GCU bring the ball back in field as kick in behind. Lawrence can't come up with it. Ball's kicked through, and Ryman dives on it. What's the call here? The referee wants to have a chat with his linesman. Oh, now he decides to listen to him, apparently. And goes under the sticks for a penalty try. Must confess, I didn't really see what was the problem, or what he had a problem with, but Malloy kicks this time. Again, not much height. Swings it wide. It appears that Mike Kim made contact with that ball on the far side, so it's GCU's line out. And up and brought down. And, well, 2 handling errors, and now it's out of bounds. And it's ASU ball at the line out. And not straight again at the line out. It'll be scrum to GCU. And we have timeout. Well, I hope not. I've only got 5% left. And ball scoots out the side. Malloy pounces on it. Troxel gets hands to it. Lieberson away. Ball fumbled onto the floor, but went backwards, and it's still ASU ball and penalty ASU. And we have a head injury on the far side, or not. I guess he's fine. What's that, the 10th time they must have gone down and gotten right back up?
11 minutes to go. How's your battery doing?
11 minutes to go, got 5%. Race against time, and time out here is not helping at all. Yep, down to 4. And time's back on. I'm down to 4%, and we have just around 11 minutes to go. ASU scrum, Malloy to put in. And scrum immediately turned over. Lauren's skinned on the outside, and that'll be a scrum to GCU. And we'll see if we can get a conversion. I'm less confident about this one. That's what, 50 to 5? Yes.
At least.
And this one slides across the face again. So 50 points and 0 conversions. 11 tries in the match and no conversions. As ASU jog back to the line, and Malloy set to kick it. And Malloy gets back underway. That'll go 10. Probably didn't need the lift. And off again to the races down that far side. It's deflected off Ryman, and it will be a line out to GCU. As the ball goes over the top, Combs give chase. Kim comes up the field, and that's going to go out on the full and just missed me and some spectators behind. And it's a penalty for offside. Referee saying actively retreat. If the kicker's in front of you, you don't have to retreat. I think he's misinterpreted these rules. Anyway, we're back underway. Malloy to Barnhill. Barnhill into contact. McLeod clears out. His arc comes through. Yep. Malloy loses that ball. McLeod in. Lawrence to Ruben. Ruben into contact, and we've got a high tackle. And I'm down to 3% in battery. And we've got to have yet another chat.
Make it about 6 minutes.
6 minutes to go. 2%. Ah, this is great. And referee wasting the time with more chats with 6 minutes to go about high tackles. Should have penalized the one earlier in the first half. As ASU recycle. Kim out to Hakeem, in and away. Tackle from behind, offloads off the floor to Lieberson. Lieberson into contact, puts it back in touch, and flicked out by Troxel. That was poor play. Just dive. That's a ball that needs to be dived on, not flicked into touch. Anyway, GCU line out at their 22. Clean operation up and out. Barnhill gets to his man, and GCU are away here. Lauren's on the outside. Hakeem looks to try, but he can't get it within 10 meters. And under the sticks, that's 55. Apparently not. No offsides on that kick, apparently. Guess the rule of cool applies with this referee. As
To be fair, I couldn't really say. I mean,
and do we have a conversion? No, we still don't. From right in front, it's shunted wide. 2% battery left, and I think time is off.
about 5 minutes of regulation.
5 minutes, and
4
I
minutes of regulation.
4 minutes of regulation. I have 2% battery to go. We might make it yet. As Malloy looks to get us back underway. Malloy low, bouncing, and ASU cover this kick, and Lieberson through the tackle, almost through a second one, as Crow plays scrum half and gets it into Combs, cleared out by Honeycutt. Malloy to Hizarka, falls forward, and still fight for the ball. Ruben picks it up, chop down, and we have a penalty for off feet, down to 2%. And Malloy goes into contact on his own, turned over by GCU, stripped out. Honeycutt dives on it, and GCU go wide left, and the ball's behind and into touch. Line out to ASU. Line out. ASU scrum half is not in position. Now he is.
11. Purple back up.
As the line out's turned over, Barnhill gets in the passing lane. Ryman chases across. Oh, Hakeem gets the ball thrown off of his face and goes in for another tackle. And that's tackling without the ball. What a ridiculous decision. Anyway, away we go. GCU swing it to wide to the right. Lieberson gets his man, McLeod. Can't collect him. Ball. Oh, no. Scrum over here. Malloy's down injured, and I have 1% battery to go. Ain't no way we're making it through the end of this game with another injury. So, well, if we cut out randomly, that's because I'm out of battery. This looks like it might be a fairly lengthy stoppage. And Malloy's up, and GCU's medics trundle off the pitch again. As Kim gets back into position. GCU in missing man formation at the scrum. And ASU power through, and penalty to GCU. Last I checked, going backwards is not a good thing, but apparently it is. And ASU tap and go. Barnhill and Crow over the top with the tackle. Combs unable to prevent the try. Not really sure how you score from your back, but referee saw the ball on the ground.